Okay, it's actually really simple and easy to do when you're actually prepping fresh rock lobster tails. Every rock lobster tail actually has 4 dots on every tail. There you go. The 4 dots, and if you take a closer look on the actual lobster tail, 2 dots there, 2 dots there. That indicates exactly where you want to cut when you're prepping fresh rock lobster tail. But the key thing is about rock lobster tail when you're cutting into it is make sure that you're able to bend the tail. If you're able to bend the tail, you're able to cut that tail. So start by just cutting into a V formation from base to tail, in between those 4 dots. See if I'm going down? You got to get a little leverage on it. You want to go all the way down to the tail. Takes a little bit of leverage, but you can actually get it just all the way down. And then she's going into a V formation. If you take a closer look down, she's going in between those 4 dots, and going all the way down to the base into a V formation. And just get some leverage on it. And just go like this. Usually use your fingers or your top part when you put it in there, and then instead of going all the way in, go on top. Use that thumb and on top. Once you get it in, go like this. If you go in right here, go in, and then go like this with the top. And then move it down further and go on the top. That way you can get some leverage on it. And then you go down and put some leverage on it. There you go. And now this piece right here is still connected to the base. If you take a closer look here, that is still connected to the base, so you just need to snip that little piece. And what she's going to do that right now.
Snip this piece?
Yeah, just snip that piece right there.
That?
Yeah. Because that will actually be able to take that out. It's also called deveining your lobster tail, because sometimes when you pull that up, go ahead and pull that up. Sometimes there is a thread that's connected inside there. It's called deveining your lobster tail. And she has just taken it out perfectly. And now what you want to do is you want to be able to pull it apart at the same time you're pushing underneath. You're pushing the tail underneath. There you go. And then you just take your main part here and hold on to the base. Hold on to the base right here. And you just pull lightly. And so you don't tear the meat, you can grab a hole like this and just pull it all the way down. You don't want to tear the lobster meat. Here, lift it up. You don't want to tear it, so you just gradually work it out like that. Once it's out like that, this is actually your steaming chamber underneath. So this steaming chamber, basically water will bubble and boil underneath this and it'll cook it from underneath. And then what you want to do is you just close the lobster tail shell and lay it right on top. But close your shells. This shell, close the shell, lay it right on top, and then just flare the tails out. Flare the tails out so you can actually prop it up like that. Perfect. So once she has it propped up like that, then all she wants to do is take the big skewer or toothpick, whatever you'd like, and poke the actual meat. Because what you're doing here is you are allowing that butter and seasoning to adhere into the inside of that meat, and it actually seals shut with all that flavor and seasoning when you actually steam it inside the turkey roasting pan. Now just take your butter after you've basted it or put holes in it, and you baste it lightly over the top. And remember, unsalted butter. Never use salted butter on any seafood. Unsalted butter is actually the key, because they get enough salt from the sea. They don't need it from the butter. And once you have your butter added to that, then you add your Johnny's seasoning salt. This is one of my personal favorite. We actually sell it at Costco. It's actually the best. And just put it lightly over the top. You don't need a lot of it to go a long way. There you go. And what you want to do is you want to actually put this inside the turkey roasting pan. Make sure you're flaring the tails out. But when you're putting it in there, what you want to do, this is the key thing as well, you want to make sure the water does not go beyond this line here. If you want to go, make sure it's right below that line here. and then you just lay it right inside there, and then you just close the lid. But I forgot, you don't want to throw this piece away, so I always like to season this one, and then just add a little bit of Johnny's seasoning salt myself. Oops, a little bit extra, can't hurt. And then just lie it backwards or whatever you like, lightly over the top, and then close the lid. This, it only takes a couple of minutes to do. You look like a gourmet chef in a matter of minutes, and it's only 400 degrees, 20 to 25 minutes depending on your oven. It's, if you have a gas, electric, or conventional, it can differ. But the one thing is, you want to make sure that when you cut it open to check it, if it is a translucent color, you want to put it back for a little bit longer, because I hate to say this, but white is right. So you want to make sure that it goes white all the way through. There we go.